and this is, I think, still Apex's biggest issue.
Dude, so many games. My teammates would like die, wouldn't get thirsted. They'd just be like knocked, right? We'd clutch the fight like a second later and they'd leave. So they just said, fuck it. Why get revived, heal up, try and get some bullshit loot to then go fight, you know, one other squad in the match.
It's so weird too, because everybody wants to drop hot, but the second you drop hot and someone on your team dies, everyone just leaves.
It's the smartest thing to do. It's the smartest thing to do because the fastest way to get back into the action is to just re-queue. It's not to get revived, none of that stuff. It's just a re-queue.
Like your teammate could be literally a millisecond from winning the fight, and you're even thirsted, and they'll leave. Like they literally just get knocked and leave instantly.
I had it happen, I think, a couple days ago. Like my Valk gets destroyed. I thirst the Valk that, like, you know, knocked her. Swap to a wingman, grapple in the air, headshot the pathy, and then as he dies, my Valk leaves. She wasn't even thirsted. She just got knocked. She left the game?
That is, dude. Every pub match, bro.
Yeah, 100%. No, people just get knocked and leave instantly.
But it's, dude, I'm telling you, the reasoning is the respawn system, bro. I swear on everything.
I think, dude, they need, like, so I saw a post on Reddit recently that was like, the only reason I play ranked is because people don't leave.
He left the game.
Oh, I was literally gonna res him, dude.
That hit me so deep, bro. Like I was like, that is so fucking real, dude. Like I think the biggest reason, maybe not the biggest reason, but that's like one of the main things for me too, like playing ranked is not only like that people don't leave, but it's the fact that there's people alive. Like it's not just 50 people dropping fragment or whatever. Like it's an actual game. Like you actually play the game versus like we're literally running into one squad that contested you off drop and you either won or someone on your team died and left and now you're two people for the rest and then your other guy leaves because you're two. It's just like you actually just get to play the game. That's literally all there is to it.
The thing with rank though is like once you get to a certain rank, then you have to play the game differently. Like if you're in plat, it's not that bad. If you're in gold, not that bad. But like once you hit diamond, it gets a little weird. Unless your team's cracked, you can't really take that many fights. My thing with pubs is pubs could easily be the most fun thing in Apex. Fix the respawn system. Try second chance. Try buybacks on the replicators. Try anything. But when a game's almost over and you hit the map button, all those fucking green dots, the respawn beacons, basically none are used. Round 1, 12 gamers left. Let's go ahead and see how many respawn beacons there are. Almost every single respawn beacon in the game is still in play.
You know what I think would be an interesting change? Is if they made it so POIs spawned with way less loot. A big POI spawned with enough loot for one team. Like, and then throughout the game, more loot spawned. So like in pubs, you would land, and if you landed contested with a team, you literally just not get a gun and it would just be like a punch out. And then after round 1 closes or whatever, more shit spawns.
There are things you can do, right? You can penalize players if they leave games, give them like a leaver penalty. You can reduce the loot in areas. Like loot's already pretty bad. I think the solution, dude, I'm telling you, the respawn system, because like why are folks hot dropping? If you don't hot drop, you don't fight. Why don't you fight? Everyone dies so quickly because they're hot dropping because they know they have to. There's like things you can do, but I think the overall goal is to make it so respawning is easier. Respawning is more meaningful because even if someone gets thirsted, right? And you have their banner and you can revive them, which are already like, you know, not guaranteed things to happen. Chances are you revive them, then they get freaking sent upon by a whole team that has decked out gear, purple armor, all that kind of shit. And they know the respawn ship is like a free, basically W most of the time. So there's just not many ways to, not many reasons to try and respawn in a video game. And why wait? Folks leave because the fastest way to get back in the action is to hot drop, aka leave the game, re-queue.
The system of respawning could be reworked, and I think that would not only solve, I think that would solve a lot of problems in a lot of aspects of the game, especially like ranked and even in pubs. But at the same time, I don't think that's gonna like de-incentivize hot dropping. And I think one of the main problems is that people are gonna hot drop, they're gonna die and leave instantly. Like, so I think like regardless of the respawn system, like if you're just fucking pugging as a solo and you get 2 randoms on your team and one of them dies off rip, even if you can just fucking have a banner in your hand instantly without having to pick anything up or whatever, like they're not gonna stay. Like they're just gonna fucking insta leave. Like I think that's gonna stay the same. It'll help like in the mid game and late game of like pubs, but in the early game, that's when everyone dies. Like literally, I swear to God, after my first fight every single game, you hear the announcers say half the squads remain.
Half the squads remain.
Half the squads remain. Let's go. The game just started, poggers. Like before round 1 even starts closing, there's like way less than half the lobby. And before round 1 closes, there's like maybe 15 squads left, or 15 people, not squads. You can't solve folks from leaving the game early because some folks are trying to go for high kills. But I think if you present the opportunity for players to get more kills throughout the match, there's less reason to leave the game. Because even right now, let's say you hot drop, you get like 6 kills off the drop. You can maybe get like 10 kills when the game ends.
Because it's a free to play game, you leave a game and you get like I don't know what a reasonable penalty would be. An hour, 15 minutes,
20 minutes,
day,
something like
whatever.
A day, imagine.
I mean, well, I'm just saying, like, somebody just fucking hops on their other account. Like, it's I don't think that even solves that much, like having like a penalty, or they just don't play, right? Like, and then you just get another toxic person who's gonna do the same exact thing. So I don't really know. Maybe like, what if they had it like fucking League? Like, if you leave a game in League, you can get banned for like 14 days.
I think that should be a thing in ranked maybe, but in pubs, I think the best way to manipulate player behavior is through incentivization. Because you can have all the penalties in the world, but at the end of the day, like, just make the game more fun, make it seem more enticing to actually play the match out. It's just more engaging. Another thing too, Apex has like the worst social experience ever with the levers, the lack of people using their voice chat for anything. Because why talk in a voice chat when chances are your teammate's going to leave the moment they get knocked or thirsted? You know what I mean? Like, no one fucking talks. The best chance of having someone talk in the voice chat is when you have a PC player and a console player on your team.
Look at my pose. Look at my pose.
You copy me or what?
Nope. Nope.
Because the console
they
player
have open
has to
mic.
use voice chat.
Yeah, dude.
What if you put people who left games with other folks who leave games so they can feel what it feels like?
They just drop, and then 30 seconds later, it's like 2 squads remaining.
yeah, literally. Or like, so going to what we're talking about, like how in-game incentive. What about weapon camos? In Call of Duty, right? You have a gun and you change the camo. It doesn't change the skin. It changes how the skin looks. If you had weapon camo, like abilities to unlock weapon camos in Apex, and the only way to work towards progress was to finish the match, whether you lost or won, that could help with folks not just leaving instantly. Apparently Apex is trying something called rapid respawns next season, which I don't know what that, like, it sounds to me kind of like Rebirth from Warzone, which could be freaking insane and really fun. They're also going to add a new survival item. It like grabs banners in a radius, which is whatever, I guess.
I saw people saying like, or a good idea for Loba, at the very least, make it so her black market is like when you grab a banner, it's like grabbing in a vault. Like it just blows up the market and it's like a one-time thing. Like, even so, yeah, it's fine. Like, even if you can't grab both banners, it's whatever. It's like, just do something to make, like, I don't know.
My thing with banners, I think that banners should never time out, and banners should not be the only way to revive teammates. But if you do grab banners, your teammate revives with like blue armor and a P2020, or blue armor, right? I think that getting respawned mid-match, you should always get a gun. The game's already started. The game's already going. Yeah. Why not get a gun when you spawn?
Fucking remove that dog shit ass animation.
Dude, it's so fucking trash. No one gives a shit about the animation. It's like, oh, animation, you can't mantle shit, you can't do anything. You're
That's
just there.
absolutely insane, yeah.
People always hot drop, die instantly, and you're never gonna do anything, right? And so it's not an issue, but the thing is, if most of your player base plays like that, then they're probably spending as much time in menus of just like, oh yeah, now I'm back at the main menu and like running into the game and doing this and blah, 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 as playing the actual game. And there's so many ways you can think about this. I wish they would just play into people's habits more of being like, oh yeah, people want to hot drop and feed and die instantly over and over. Like, dude, they should cater those people at least a little bit. In unranked game mode, people give us more abilities to respawn, do all that stuff. I think Warzone has the right idea of, you know, like they have stuff like the Gulag and stuff like that. I don't play enough Warzone. I played like an hour once. I guess what I'm kind of asking for is I wish there were ways to still do this and what I'm doing, but then get a little more action. I'm just thinking of ideas to make BR games less like this right now, where if you don't hot drop, you just kind of run around for a really long time until you get in that normal fight, and then that's your only fight for the entire game. And I think just allowing people the ability to respawn a few times, it does change a lot of that. I think this is probably a reason why people hot drop, creating an endless loop. That's what I believe too. Like in Apex right now, if I don't hot drop Fragment and just kill everybody, right? We landed at Skyhook when we started running south. Everyone in Fragment, by the time we were walking by Fragment, we're like around here. We didn't hear shots. Everyone on the server is already dead. And so they've already said GG and they went to their next game. It seems like a really, like, I don't know how they're the devs, they can figure it out, but it feels really lame to have that idea that like, if I don't drop Fragment on World's Edge I will probably fight like once or twice per game. That's weird. And the way Warzone solves it is very basic, right? They just go, if you die at the start of the game, you just respawn. Like you just fucking 50-50 gulag when you're 1v1. If not, you're gonna get respawned like 5 times. Delete fragment. It's not a map thing though. In World's Edge, it's worse because people drop fragment every game, but it's true on every map that there's gonna be a hotspot no matter what, right? And so I feel like having slightly, you don't need to go like, there's a huge disparity here of like, you don't have to go like full nonstop respawn team deathmatch server, but there's where we're at right now with Apex. And I feel like there's a lot of space in the middle to try and create more action throughout a game that isn't so hot drop centric.